Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video is me recording my mom's tamales recipe that she made for Thanksgiving, and I've just been trying to get together with her and record all of the recipes that we grew up with during the holidays. So we're gonna get right into it. But not before showing you guys that she was harassing the shit out of me the night before because she was expecting me to come over or bust. So first things first, before I even arrived, my mom already had this water on medium heat. She then has this carne de puerco, which is hombro and pierna. You are going to rinse your meat just like she is, and then once it is rinsed, you are going to transfer this to the pot, which is on medium heat.
2 cucharaditas de sal.
¿Nada más dos?
1, 2,
Tú dijiste dos.
3. Así, 3.
Linus.
3. Un puñito de ajo.
So in total, the carne should cook for 2 hours, but like mentioned, at the 1 hour mark, you are going to add laurel, and then at the 1.5 hours, you're gonna add oregano. As the carne cooks, it is recommended that you remove the impurities or the foam that builds at the top so that you can use the broth for the rest of the recipe. And in the meantime, we're gonna go get pan dulce.
Yummy.
Oh, we have to go in my car? Okay, grab them. I didn't know. And my wallet. So the next step in this whole process, while your carne is cooking, is to have your chile ready and without seeds so that you can let it soften in warm water. Same with the corn husks. You need to make sure that you take off all the threads prior to beginning this recipe. Alright, so once you have your chile mirasol, you are then going to rinse thoroughly one time, and then the second time you're just going to let it sit in warm water like my mom is here. After you fill the pot with warm water, you are going to set the pot on medium to high heat and allow the water to boil. Once it has boiled, you are going to turn off the flame or the heat and then let the chile sit and kind of cook for a little bit longer.
La carne ya está hirviendo.
¿Cuánto lleva? ¿1 hora?
8, la puse a las 8:17.
¿8:17?
Empezó a hervir a las 8:17 y tiene que durar 2 horas.
Hasta que empiece a hervir.
Sí, se cuenta. Se le quita todo esto.
La grasa.
Lo que suelta el cafecito, la espumita, porque se le quita. Yo ya se le quité.
Echa 3.
Todo lo que sale se le quita, que es lo sucio, ya se la quité yo.
Lo sucio.
Okay.
El chile. So the next step in this recipe is to unthread, I don't know what word works best for you, but dethread your corn husks. After that has been done, which my mom had already done, but we bought a new bag at Food City, she will rinse them through warm water just to clean them out thoroughly, and then she puts them in warm water to soften, and the red plate is just a placeholder so that they remain underwater so that they can actually soften. Of course, while my mom was making the tamales, my dad had to be in the way, but for a good cause. He was making us breakfast. He was heating up some frijoles and he was making some huevo estrellado for us, which was delicious. And of course, we couldn't get by without having some fun in the kitchen. Oh my god!
Dios mío santo. Se quita.
¿Qué, güey? No te puedo agarrar, güey. Ando guisando, güey.
Ponle la lumbre otro rato para que se
pasó?
Alright, so now that we have eaten breakfast, we are back to business. So you are going to pull out the carne from the, is it broth? The broth? The juice. And you are not going to throw away the juice or the broth. You are going to keep it for the rest of this recipe. But once you pull out the carne, you are going to throw away the hoja de laurel. And then you are going to use 2 forks to shred and pull apart the carne so that it's in smaller bits. And the next picture will show you what it should look like. My mom cuts the cueritos really thin. After you have shredded your carne, you are going to move on to these ingredients. And you are going to take your 3 clavos de ajo, which I had to Google to find out the English name, okay? But you will take them and crush them in the molcajete, not the garlic though. But you are going to crush the clavo and the pepper so that then you can put it in the blender for your chile sauce, salsa, whatever. Okay, so after you have crushed the clavo de olor and the pimienta, you are going to transfer it into your blender. After you have transferred that, you are going to add the ajo. Once you add the ajo, you are then going to add about a cup, said my mom. Again, said my mom. A cup of the broth that the chile cooked in. And then after that, you are going to add the chile. Obviously, all of your chile is not going to fit in your blender depending on the size. But once you have transferred the chile, you are going to do 3 Starbucks mugs of the broth from the carne. So you're going to add your 3 Starbucks mugs, a unit of measurement, to the chile, and after that you are going to add 2 pinches of oregano. My mom said small pinches, that is a big ass pinch, but your 2 pinches your 2 pinches of oregano, and then you are going to blend. This is crazy. So you will continue blending until your salsa sauce has this consistency. And remember that the next few blends will not have the broth from the chile. They will only have the broth from the carne. Up next, once you finish blending all your chile, you are going to set this pot medium heat. And you are going to transfer your chile into the pot until it boils. So on top of that, you are going to add about 3 spoonfuls of salt to taste. Like mentioned before, you are going to let your chile boil for about 10-ish minutes or until you can smell the ajo and oregano. And then you will transfer your chile to another bowl and then put the carne back into that same pot, because from here you are going to continue cooking the carne, but this time it will be with the chile mixed in. Alright, so once you finish transferring the carne into the pot, you are going to be adding the chile slowly, and you are going to place the heat on medium so that the carne can cook with the chile and actually absorb the flavor of the chile. You just want to add enough chile so that your carne is well coated, a little bit on the juicier side but not too juicy, and then you're just going to boil that for about 5 minutes or until you see it kind of bubbling in the pot. All right, so this is where the real work fucking starts, okay? You're gonna take your masa, which is those ranchitos, unprepared, plain masa, plain, oh my god. And then you're gonna take your snow cap lard, half of that box, and you are gonna melt it. And you are just going to let it melt. You are not going to let it boil or get too hot because you will be adding it to your masa and you have to be able to work with it, because obviously if you can't work with it, then your masa is going to be ruined. But so you mix in the masa, and then you want your masa to have quite a bit of a salt flavor. So you will be adding salt at your own taste or to taste. You are also going to add the caldo or the broth from the carne. And at this point, the caldo is cold. It's not warm anymore just because it has been sitting out. But like I mentioned, this is where the real work starts. So you're going to add through a strainer about 2 cups, and then you are going to get to kneading for quite some time. Okay, so once again, you're gonna keep kneading. This setup is a little bit ghetto because we have the big, what's it called, bowl on top of 2 bar stools, and as you can see, I'm holding the damn bowl. But you are gonna keep adding the caldo from the carne, and you are going to keep adding the manteca until it's all gone. But you want your masa to be at the consistency that this is right here, and you're just going to continue kneading. The next part is where shit gets a little bit crazy, and I said, what brujeria is this? But it actually works. My mom said that you have to knead the masa until a little ball of the masa floats in warm water. And when she said this, I said, there ain't no way this is real life. But look, the first try we did, it didn't float. So she got right back to kneading. We tried one more time. Still wasn't it. So she went right back to kneading. No.
Nada.
Nada.
¿Qué fue eso?
Now that all of your ingredients are done, it is time to bring them all together into a cutesy tamal.
Se hace de la mitad hasta acá, se deja el pico. Se deja el pico, se embarra todo el medio hasta la punta. Está. Y luego ponemos el chile.
Try it, it's good.
Esta olla ya está pasada.
Le ponemos el chile más o menos así para que... ¿Qué tiene? No importa.
¿Así?
Sí. Se cierran así de las 2 puntas.
Ana,
y luego
así dijo eso. Demacrados esos tamales.
No, tiene mucha carne. Y ya, por eso el pico no se debe de... Y así es el proceso. Le van poniendo así para... Ya es... Recojo bien el pelo.
Hijo eso, y luego nosotras sin hairnet, Nicole.
Sin
Hijo
la
eso.
pañoleta. ¿No tienes pañoleta para que te pongas algo, Nicole? No.
Ma, ¿qué tiene? Ahí si alguien... Damn, that was a lot.
No son para vender, que acabo.
Yeah. I'll spit in this bitch.
Empieza a hacer tus tonteras. Dios mío.
Show your tamal.
A ver.
Make sure they know whose is which. Mine look good.
No quedó bien cerrado esto, mira.
Así, mira.
A este le puedes poner una hojita delgadita, mira.
Ahí está, ma.
Mira.
Look how good mine are turning out.
¿Ves? Y luego Nicola moqué. No, pues guau. Todas mocudas necesitan haciendo tamales y todas mocudas. Tu cuchara.
Yes. Oh, this is a good one. It's perfectly conched.
What? Ponle un poquito más acá. Ni muy delgadita ni muy Tampoco no muy delgadita porque si no van a quedar volando.
Why?
I have this ick when my fingers get dirty. It's over.
This is a tiny.
Que no salgan desnutridos.
Que no salgan
Ahí está, ma.
puros de carne.
That's the tiniest tamale.
Oh, that's a good one. Now I need another cuchara. And you're washing?
Hay cucharadas más grandes.
No, es que Nicole ya agarró la...
La de-
Nicole dejó la de ella zambutirse. ¿Y esto qué?
¿Qué? ¿Así chiquito sale?
¿Así, ma?
Ahorita,
Esto ni se va a doblar.
pero ahorita se le empalma otra
¿Sí?
hoja. Así.
Oh.
A ver, ahorita cuando lo vas a cerrar. se le-
Nicole, you keep fucking throwing your damn spoon in like it's nothing.
Sorry.
Nicole, take her your damn
Así,
spoon.
mira. Que estén bien de...
Otra hoja, pues. ¿Y esta qué?
Let me take this one out.
No, esas no. Las más chiquitas las vamos a ir apartando para...
Pues ya me
ponerlas a-
equivoqué. ¿Otra hoja o abajo?
No, primero hace el tamal. Primero embarra esa.
Ya,
Espérame, ahí voy.
ya la puse encima.
Encima de... Ah, bueno, también. Nomás que te alcance a cerrar bien y no se te vaya a abrir.
For every one tamal we have, my mom has fucking
Las que
10.
están demasiado chiquitas las ponen aquí. A ver, me las
¿Por
van y
qué?
las van poniendo aquí. Como
So we
estas.
can do double
Porque
hoja.
se tapan...
Oh.
Porque se tapan con...
Esta, como esta chiquita.
No, esta sí está buena.
Eso es, ya, ¿verdad?
Como esta, mira, esta ya no tiene remedio. Ponla ahí.
Oh.
Sí. Sí, pues hay más o menos tantas
Mira,
que no
güey.
tenga tan poquita carne. Son para nosotros, que acabo.
¿Esta?
Sí, es así. Yo nomás estoy diciendo como las... Como...
No se pueden envolver.
No, ya las que no se puedan envolver.
Y este van a estar con ella misma nomás.
Estas
No
son
es
puras
cierto, estamos todas.
Sale tu mamá.
Oh my god, is he lying?
You don't.
Cuando están bien chiquitas, mira, se...
For every 10 my mom makes, we have fucking 1. Y no quiero este pico. ¿Oh, sí?
Ya no se va a abrir. Lo estás haciendo muy... Debes dejar más pico de espacio. Toma, levántale con la mano.
Ahí está.
Toma la mano.
Ahí está. Y este quedó muy...
Aguado. Aguado. Ahí está.
She made that shit look
Más
easy.
celoso.
Ahí acomodado. No pasa nada si se pinta la carne. Pero
Aquí está mi mamá.
Are you done?
What the heck?
Sí.
What do you mean, what the heck?
No, es más celoso.
Así no.
Elefante.
Hasta que le alcance a cerrar la hoja.
Rafa, llena. Sí.
Así no ponga nadie. ¿Así?
Porque aquí lo voy a pasar la... Yes. A ver.
Alright, so after you have made all your tamales and have no
missing what?
ingredients,
Show
the camera. You are going Nicole's making to anorexic
Oh,
get
tamales.
your olla tamalera ready, and so it has water on the bottom underneath that cap, and then you are going to put those smaller leaves that you had during prep, and you were just going to lay them on top of the thing there. Okay, I don't know the word, don't ask me, but it should look something like this. And then once the bottom is covered, you're gonna start stacking all of your tamales until your olla is full. Alright, so after your olla is pretty much full, you are going to put it on medium heat and let it cook for 2 hours.
Okay, so after the 2 hours
So
are ready,
to ensure that
take
your
one out.
tamales are ready, at this point you are going to pull out
if they're done.
2 tamales and let them cool down. Once they have cooled down, you will be able to peel off the husk without any of the masa getting stuck to the side. And that is how you know that they are ready. So as you can see right here, the masa just falls right off the husk. On the second one, the masa did cook on the side of the husk, so it sticks right there. But for the rest of the tamal, it just peels right off, baby. And they're ready. Alright friends, well, thank you for watching this video of my mom's tamales. If you have any confusion, I'm right there with you. I don't know what I just did, but here is the recipe that I tried to put into a somewhat followable recipe. If you need it in English, ask ChatGPT. Again, thanks for watching. Love you. Bye!